بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Hello everyone, I hope you all are fine and I welcome this revision class. So this is your science book. Open your book and come to page number 50. Okay, and the chapter is teeth and dental care. So today we are going to revise this chapter number 6, teeth and dental care. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to revise the topics of kinds of teeth, structure of the healthy tooth and tooth care. Now come to page number 50. On page number 50, here we have a heading, a tooth comes out. Now you can see here that we are born without teeth, so we cannot eat and chew the foods as infants. But we live on milk. On our first tooth appears when we are between 7 and 9 months old, and then we start to eat solid foods. By the end of 2 years, we have our first full set of 20 teeth. How many teeth are here in a set? There are 20 teeth in a set of primary teeth. Okay, and by the age of 6 or 7 years, milk teeth began to fall and another set of larger teeth replace them. Now when we are at the age of 21, we have a full set of 32 teeth. Okay, and how many teeth are here in a set of permanent teeth? 32 teeth are there. And you can look at here kinds of teeth. Okay, so there are four main types of teeth inside the mouth. There are incisors, canines, premolar and molar, and the both are differ in size, shape and numbers. You can see here. Now come to the next one page. On page number 51, here we have a picture or a diagram, okay, of the lower jaw. Now you can see here there are 4 teeth. Okay, there are 4 teeth present in front of each jaw, and these 4 are present in each jaw, means that lower jaw and the upper jaw. Okay, we have 2 types of jaws, lower jaw and upper jaw, but this picture is all about the lower jaw. So here we have 4 incisor teeth here, and these teeth help us to cut and bite the food. Now most of herbivore animals have big incisor teeth so that they can cut and bite the vegetables or grasses. Now come to number 2. Here we have canine teeth. Okay, canine teeth are on the side of the incisor teeth. As you can see here that it is at the size of the incisor teeth, and these are very sharp and pointed teeth. This help you to tear food. Okay, and the carnivore animals usually have the longest teeth, and they are having a little curve here. Okay, they are having the little curve here so that they can easily tear the flesh of prey and other animals. Now you can see here we have premolars and molars on both sides. Okay, we have premolars and molars. Now you can see that premolars and molars are found at the back and side of the jaws, and they can break up the food into smaller pieces. Okay, and they grind the food into very tiny particles so that it can easily to us to swallow the food, and the premolars are placed next to the canine, and these premolars help us to crack down hard food. And here we have 4 premolar teeth in each jaw, means that we are having total 8 premolar teeth in our mouth. Now you can see that these are like blades flat from side to side. As you can see that the surface of these teeth is very flat. Now molars are broader than the premolars. It is small but it is broader than the premolars and helps us to grind the food. And there are 6 molars in each jaw, means that we have 12 molars in our mouth. Okay, And in herbivore and omnivore, both premolars and molars are flat. And they help us, premolars and molars help us to grind the food. Now come to the next one page, on page number 52. Here you can see that there is a picture of a structure of a tooth. Okay. It is a healthy tooth. Look at here. And in this picture we can see that the teeth are made up of hard mineral and coated with enamel. Okay, this teeth fit into the jawbone. You can see here the jawbone, and it is fit, this teeth is fit into the jawbone, and these have long roots. As you can see that they are having the long roots, and teeth are surrounded by the soft gum. You can see here there is a pink gum. Okay, and each tooth has three main parts. Each tooth has three main parts. Okay, the one is enamel, the other one is dentin, and the third one is pulp. So let's revise about this. Now as you can see that this is the enamel. It is the uppermost part which we see, and its color is white. Okay, and you can see here the pulp. The inside of each tooth is called pulp, and it is very soft, and as you can see that it has a blood vessels and nerves that are connected to the gum through the hole. Okay, and they are connected through the gums, and you can see that it connects to the roots. Now above pulp and below enamel, here we have dentin. Now you can see here that here we have three main parts of tooth. Three parts of tooth here. The first part of the tooth, we can see that it is called crown. We can see in our mouth. Okay, the word part is called the crown. Now come to number 2. It is below the crown. It is neck. And you can see here the third one part is root. It lies in the gums and holds the tooth in the jaw. Now, come to tooth care. Okay. The next one heading is tooth care. You can see here that the teeth are very hard and strong. You have observed in this picture that a tooth is very hard and strong, and there are also habitat for millions of germs. When we eat some food, it remains between our teeth, and this makes the germs. Okay, these germs eat that food and grow healthy. You can see here that here is a hole. The germs make a hole, and that is called cavity. Okay, if it is not treated, so that your teeth can also be infected like this, and your tooth becomes very weak and fall off. And there are many dental problems that can cause teeth to fall off, and some people lose their entire set of teeth and wear artificial teeth called dentures. Now you have two important, it is very important to follow the rules of dental care. The first rule is you have to brush your teeth twice a day. Okay, brushing teeth is a very good with a very good toothpaste, and toothbrush is very important to keep them clean, and you should be brushed at least twice a day, once in the morning and once at night. Now come to the next one is floss your teeth. Many of us get cavities even when we brush regularly and properly. This is because we do not floss our teeth. Now, flossing removes the food particles stuck between our teeth, okay, and that cannot be removed by brushing. So, look at here, you can see that it's a dental floss, and it is a piece of string that is moved back and forth through the spaces between our teeth. We should floss our teeth every day. Come to the hair. Right eat. The third one is right eat. The germs are present inside our mouth, and they love sugar. Okay. The longer sugary food stays in your mouth, the damage it causes. Now you should not eat too many toffees, chocolates and other food items that contain a lot of sugar. And you should also have to brush your teeth after eating any sugar things. Now come to here the fourth one. The fourth one rule is you have to visit a dentist. Okay, now prevention is better than cure. Visit a dentist once in 6 months to get your teeth checked. And this way small problems can be treated immediately before they become very big. Now come here on page number 55. Here we have fill in the blanks. Primary teeth. Number 1 is primary teeth are a set of dash teeth. As I have told you that a set of teeth. Okay, there are how many teeth are there in a set of primary teeth? We have 20 teeth in a set. Number 2 is dash are artificial set of teeth. Denture are artificial set of teeth. Number 3 is molars helps in grinding food. Number 4 is premolars helps to crack down hard food. Number 5 is germs make a hole in the tooth called cavity. Okay, the hole that makes by germs is called the cavity. Now number 6 is above the pulp and below the enamel, it is dentine. Now come to number 7. The uppermost part of the tooth which is visible is the hard white enamel. Number 8 is the part of the tooth inside the gums that holds the tooth in the jaws is called the root. Okay. Now come to the next one chapter, which is chapter number 11, matter and materials. So in this chapter we are going to learn about, revise about physical states of matter, changing states of matter, evaporation, condensation, freezing, melting and changes in matter. Okay, now come to page number 96. So on page number 96, here we have a chapter matter and materials. Okay, now our favorite toy, this marker, this board and the water we drink, there is something common in them. They are all are having space, okay, and they are all are having volume. Now anything that occupies space, volume and has mass are called matter. Now here we have three types of matter. Okay, we have three states of matter. Number 1 is solid, number 2 is liquid and number 3 is gas. You can see here, come to page number 96. Matter can be grouped on the basis of its volume and shape. Volume, what is volume? Volume is the amount of space occupied by matter. So, we can say that a solid is a state of matter, okay, and the particles inside the solid, they hold tightly and packed tightly all together so that they can never move any other side, okay. Now, like look at here, it is a solid, it is an example of solid and it has a definite shape, it has a definite volume and it has a mass, okay. Now, comes to liquid. What is a liquid? Liquid is another state of matter and in the case of liquid, the particles of liquid are close together but not tightly packed together, okay, and the liquid can flow, we cannot hold the water. Now okay, there is an activity that you will do at your home, just try to hold the water, okay. You cannot hold the water. Why? Because the particles or the molecules of liquid are are close together but not tightly packed. So you cannot hold the water by your hand, but you can store water or hold water in a container. Okay? It does not have a definite shape, but when you will pour water in some container, so this will become its shape. Now it has a mass. Okay, now come to the next one is gas. What is gas? Gas is another state of matter. And in the case of gas, the molecules are freely and really very far apart away from each other, and they are constantly bouncing on each other. Okay, it is invisible. The gas is invisible because we cannot see the gas, and the some of the example is the air that we inhale the oxygen. Okay, we inhale the air is called oxygen, and that gas we exhale from our body is called the carbon dioxide. So the gas has not definite shape, it has not definite volume, but it has a mass. Now look at here on page number 98. On page number 98, here is a table, and this will help you to understand the three states of matter. Here is a difference of these states of matter. Okay, we can compare them. Now solids. Solid are having fixed volume, liquid have fixed volume, but gas do not have fixed volume. Come to the shape. Solid have fixed shape, liquid do not have fixed shape, gases do not have fixed shape. Solid do not flow, liquids can flow easily, and gas can also flow easily. Now space between molecules. Solids do not have a space between molecules, and the liquid matter have a little space between molecules. Gas have a large space between molecules. Now come to changing states of matter. So, you can see here that matter can exist in solid, liquid and gas, and water is very unique matter, so that it can be naturally formed in the naturally form of water is liquid, but it can be a solid or in gaseous form also. How? When we increase the temperature of water, so it change its form into gas, and when we decreases the temperature of water, when we cool down the water, so it becomes it changes its form and becomes to solid. Okay, but the natural state of water is liquid. Now you can see here that on page number 98, that by reducing the temperature we can change water to its solid form, and by heating it we can change water into a gas form, and it is called water vapor. The temperature at which a liquid changes into gas is called its boiling point. The boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius, and the temperature at which a liquid changes into solid is called the freezing point. Now come to page number 99. Here we have heading evaporation. What is evaporation? When a liquid water changes into a gas, water vapor on heating, it is known as evaporation. Now water from rivers and ponds evaporates under the hot sun, and you can see that when we put a wet cloth or a shirt or a wet shirt under the sun, so it gets dry. How? Because the particles of water or the droplets of water evaporates, and this becomes dry. So here we have the another heading, condensation. What is condensation? When a gas cools down and becomes liquid due to a fall in temperature, it is called condensation. So you can see this when water droplets from the outside of the ice cold water, the water is not leaking from here, but you can find water droplets outside this bottle. How? Because the water vapor in the air that surrounds the glass, that has cooled down and formed water droplets. Now here we have an example of condensation and evaporation. Okay. So when you drop water on the floor or the room or on the table, okay, so after some time you will see that it becomes vanish. Water vanish. Why and how? Where does water go from? Okay, now. So we can say that it evaporates. Why? Because the water droplets evaporates and it becomes vanish. Now come to condensation. Nowadays when you go to take a shower, So what happens that the mirror in the bathroom, it gets foggy. How? Because the water vapors hits the surface of the cooler mirror. Okay, so now come to the heading freezing. So here we have freezing. When a liquid becomes a solid by cooling it, it is called freezing. Melting. What is melting? When a solid turns into a liquid on heating, it is melting. Now come to next page. On page number 100, here we have a table. Okay, and this will help you to compare the changes. Now original state is here. This is a column of original state, and here is a column of name of the process, and here is a changed state column. Now the original state of liquid, and we can change it into gas through the process of evaporation, and we can change this state of gas through the process of condensation into liquid, and we can change the state of liquid by the process of freezing and change its form into solid. And here we have a solid state, and we can change the solid state through the process of melting and change its form into liquid. And here in water we can show these changes as follows. Now let's suppose that we have an ice, okay, an ice cube, and when it melts, when we heat the ice cubes, it becomes melt and change its form from solid to liquid, and then when we heat up the water, so it evaporates and change its form into gas. Now this gas, when we cools down the gas of water vapor, so the process is called condenses, and it changes its form from gas to liquid, and when it becomes liquid, so when we cool down the water at the freezing point, so it changes its form from liquid to solid. Now there is another heading, changes in matter. Here we have two types of changes. Number one is physical change, number two is chemical change. The change in which the molecules of a substance do not form new molecules is called a physical change, and it is a reversible change. Like melting of candles, we can reversible change, and slicing of breads, melting of ice, etc. are the examples of physical change. Now come to here, the next one heading is physical change. So in this heading you can see that the change in which molecules are formed is called a chemical change, and it is irreversible change. Burning of paper, okay, cooking of vegetables, baking of a cake are some examples of chemical change. On page number 101, here we have a heading of solutions. Okay, now what is a solution? Solute plus solvent is equal to solution. Now I will define you that liquids have spaces between their molecules. When we mix or dissolve something into a liquid, they take spaces and we get a solution. Like, what if we dissolve a solute in the liquid, means solvent. So when we dissolve the both of solute into solvent, so this will become solution. Okay, and a solute can be salt or a sugar, and how can we dissolve it? We can dissolve a solute faster in a solvent through we can stir it into the water, or we can heat them so that it will melt and it can easily dissolve in the water. Now come to the next one page, on page number 102. On page number 102, here we have exercise B. Number 1 is fill in the blanks. Number 1 is we can group matter on the basis of volume and shape. Okay, we can divide or we can group the matter on the basis of volume and shape. Number 2 is a table. a book and a ball all are solids because all of them are having definite shape and they have a mass, a definite volume. Now come to the third one is liquids need a dash to hold them in it. Now liquid needs a container. Okay, liquid needs a container or a glass to hold them in it. Number 4 is a solute dissolves faster in a solvent on by two processes. Number 1 is heating. Number 2 is stirring. Okay, we can dissolve faster a solute into solvent on heating and stirring. Now come to number 5. When a liquid becomes a solid on cooling, it is called freezing. When liquid becomes a solid, so it is freezing. Now come to the exercise C. Exercise C is true and false. Okay. Now you have to revise it at your home. You can see here there are 6 true and false. And on page number 103, here we have matchings. So look at here on exercise D. We can see that number 1 is salt, and salt is a solution, physical change, solute, chemical change or solvent. Yes, now you will tell me. Salt is a solute. As I have told you that salt and sugar can be dissolved in water and they are called solute. Number 2 is water. Now water is a solvent. A liquid is said is always a solvent. Now come to number 3. Number 3 is salt water. So when we dissolve solute into solvent, so it is equal to solution. Number 4 is burning candle. So burning candle is a physical change that we can reversible it. But number 5 is cooking vegetable. It is a chemical change and it is irreversible. We cannot reverse this process. So in today's class we have revised about the chapter teeth and dental care and metal and materials. Now you have to revise the question answers, words meanings, fill in the blanks, true, false and the exercises at your home and be prepared for the midterm exam. So if you have any query related to this topic, you can contact us on WhatsApp. See you soon. Allah Hafiz.